There's more than one way to skin a cat, as I always say. That's kind of gross, but... Hello, welcome back. My name is Laura with the Life Observed, and I'm working on a baby boy junk journal. And I know I have one more blue journal that I'm working on, but I decided to leave it blank, and here's why. For one, I got plenty more to make, but I wanted to leave it as an example when we go to this craft show of what an empty journal looks like, and with just the pages. Let me grab that and show you what I mean. All right, so here was that third blue journal that I was going to get all fancied up inside, but I'm going to leave it blank, and it just has the papers in here. And I kind of like, well, I love the way it looks before it's decorated, but I think I'm going to leave it blank and just have it as an example of, you know, maybe you want to make your own. Maybe somebody at the craft show will never have seen junk journals before, and they'll be like, oh my god, I have all this craft supplies, I want to do this. I have all this paper I want to use up. So yeah, I am going to leave it as is for just a little preview example of what they can look like before you decorate them. All right, so yeah. So that was my third blue junk journal, and this is the baby boy the baby boy book, and I went ahead and Mod Podged this onto this. I'm again just using a folder file, a hanging folder file, and just using scrap pieces of fabric. This is the back page. Just added some lace that was just lying around. I keep thinking this is like ink or something, but it's actually part of the page because it's on this page too. Right here. But, oh, stop. So I want to put in the, I have 3 signatures, and they have 5 each pages, so that means it's 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, so 20 pages. I can't do math. 20, 40, so 60 pages front and back. Okay? And I should, my voice changed. I wanted to add like one of these because I thought it would be cool to, let's see, probably the middle one. I thought it would be cool to be able to, I can do first tooth and make a slit on the top so you can just slide the tooth in there, and then on the other side you can put first haircut. But this is a baby one, and they're not going to lose their tooth till they're older. Anyway, I was thinking they could put keepsakes in here. I could always make this into a little pocket by cutting this up here. So I'll probably add that. I think I want to do a 5 pamphlet stitch instead of a 3 because of that. I also can add this, and I'll add this over here. Let's see. Will that be okay? Just finding the right spot for some of these. I think that'll be good. Oh yeah. So I'm going to put that there. So I got this from, so they're a freebie. Okay, it's from Victoria Design. Victoria Designs. Alright, I have no idea where I left off because I had to get some stuff done and I got some tea. Anyway, I'm putting some envelopes in between some of these pages. That's the last one. There's the middle one, adding that. And then I think I'm just going to add this paper bag, probably right here. And this is why I'm going to use the 5 pamphlet stitch instead of the normal 3 that I use. Everybody does their signatures different. There's more than one way to skin a cat, as I always say. That's kind of gross, but alright. So I have this extra piece. I actually had it all. Nope, I didn't do it yet. So I want to do a 1 inch. So I'm going to cut this at 1 inch. Come on. There's my 1 inch. There we go. It's going to be a chunky monkey once I put stuff in here, but that's okay. Alright. So I have this 1 inch and I folded this and I Mod Podged as best as I could, and then what I'll do is probably add some lace to cover up the stitches, the pamphlet stitches. Alright, so I'm just going to eyeball this and then cut. There we go. So there, I have my template, and now I'm going to do 5 times 3 is 15 holes in this. So 5, 5, and 5 for the 3 signatures that I have. So I have my little pokey tool right here, and I'm just going to eyeball it from this, what is this called? The mat. And I'm a little crooked, but that's alright. So let's go, since I know I'm going to do 5, let's try to do 1 right in the middle. And I'm just eyeballing this. It doesn't have to be perfect. But of course I'm going to try. Okay. So we have that. And so I'm going to mark it right kind of in the middle. Okay. And I have this little pad thing, and it works great for the holes. And here we go. Just eyeballing it. Okay, so there we go. I don't know if you can see that. I have 5 of those in there. Okay, so next I'm going to take this, and what I like to do is do top and then B for bottom, so that I know to set this in if I get distracted. Alright, so here's a moment of truth. I'm going to go through these layers. have it, and they are a little crooked, but you know what? I don't know how that got that way. They're really crooked, but you know what? Oh, this is what happens. Why I don't like to show on camera, because I make lots of mistakes. But that's okay. I'm gonna even them up, and with the thread I'm using, it's gonna be a-okay. And if I have to make the holes a little bit bigger, I have to make the holes a little bit bigger. And these ones look okay, except for that one right there. Okay. Looks good. Yep. Okay. So, now I'm going to take the first signature, put those aside so I don't get distracted, and I'm just aiming for the middle. And then also you can see how I kind of screwed up. It should be, but see, this is not totally even. That's okay. We're going to make this work, promise. And it's going to look pretty, because you can always hide your mistakes. That one looks good, and that one looks good. Okay, and then we'll come over here and do the same thing, because I don't want it right on that crease, which I kind of did. So I can always cover it up with lace, or what have you, whatever you have. So yeah, I'm not going to worry about that right now. I'm just going to get this signature in. So I'm going to line it up. Just get it even on each side and mark it. I'm just using a pencil so I can erase them. So then, remember to get all as your signature pages, just get them really tight, and we're going to get these holes in there. Again, go to the back side. This is really, I'm really having a hard time with this one. Again, I can add lace there, because I did not do a very good job putting these holes in. But I'll get it, I promise. If anything, you watch my channel, you'll see what not to do. Okay, here we go. And then I'm just going to choose some blue embroidery thread. And get my needle, which I had a needle out. Okay, I don't think that's a big enough one. Oh, there it is. So I'm using this one right here. And let's see if I can get that straighter cut. Get them all in there. Did it. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and do the 5 stitch. It's a little different than the 3 stitch. Okay. So I'm going through the middle hole, and then I'm going to leave enough here so that I don't go all the way through. Okay, so here's the outside, and I'm going to go through that hole, and then I'm going to go to the next hole, and it doesn't matter if you go to the top or the bottom one, you know, when you're looking at your journal, top or bottom. And I'm just going to pull that through here. This is why I don't do tutorials, because for some reason, there we go, just have to work it around a little bit. Okay. And then I'm going to go, since I went, this is the top of the journal, since I'm working my way up, I'm going to go to the next hole. Through there. Okay. And this is where I think I screwed up because I put it in the wrong hole. So let's get that. Let's try this again. Okay, come on. Come on. Got you in before in the little eye of the needle. There we go. Oops, I didn't get all of them. All right. So I want to go there we go. Okay. And I've never, when I do this off camera, which is most of the time, I don't have this much of an issue, ever. Okay, so then I'm going to go back through that hole that I came out of, if that makes sense. And of course, the middle part came out, so I never have this much issue. It's because I'm on camera. It's Murphy's Law. Okay. There we go. So get that back out. Okay. Here we are on the outside again. See how many times I can do this today. Okay, got it? Alright, so I'm going back through that hole, and I'm trying not to like go through the threading. You know, I'm just trying to make it its own thread. Okay. There we go. So now I'm going to skip that middle hole altogether. And this is the one thing that I don't like with the 5-stitch, because I tried doing this early on and it was just, as you can see, I'm struggling. That's why I do the 3. So I'm skipping that middle hole and going down to the 1, 2, 3, 4th hole. And then coming out through the final 5th hole. I'm doing this off camera, aren't I? There we go. And back through the 4th hole. Again, trying not to get it fed through the threads of the embroidery floss. And then we're going back through that middle hole to finish it off. And so see, I got it through, I don't know if you can see, but I accidentally fed it through one of the embroidery. There we go. Okay. Alright, we did it. Okay, now this is the tricky part because I want to make sure that it's pretty tight. Okay. And you can see I'm a little off, but once I put lace over it, because I do plan to finish this off and make it a little bit not so plain. Once I get that lace on there, it'll look great. Okay. So just making sure these are pretty tight. There we go. Okay. Just tie that. And you can see, like, you can't really tell. It looks cool. Okay. Alright, I'll be back and I'll have the other ones done. Alright. Again, whoa! Just moved the camera. Again, I'm sorry for not posting. Did I say I was sorry in this? You guys, I've been busy the last couple weeks, and it'll get back to normal after next week. I promise you. Okay, so I got them all in, and you know what? It doesn't look bad. Like, I did a trick for the next one. I mean, this one's a little off. That's okay. I took this and I put my signatures like over that, and then I poked the holes that way, and it did the trick. So now I do whatever you have to do to make it work, and that's what I did. Alright, so I'm going to probably take some lace and cover that. Yeah, so one thing I did not check, but I think I did it, is to make sure that my signatures were in right side up. So there's that bag. And see, when you use the 5-stitch, like I almost got them, and closer together, I almost got this whole bag in the 5-stitch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If I would have just did the 3-stitch and did it farther apart, I probably would have only gotten there. It attached to there, and then it would have been kind of wobbly up here. So yeah, so it all depends on where you put your pamphlet stitches, but and then you can always fix stuff. I mean, you can't, like this is the first one that I did, you can't really tell, and you can ink it up, and you want it to look old anyway, so Yeah, so you can't even tell. So there's a second one, and there's a third one, and there's the kitty cats. Okay. Alright guys, so that's it for today. Short and sweet. Sorry I didn't get out the video yesterday, but it's here today. And then I'll come back and show you how I did put the spine and put the lace over there to cover up this one bad stitch, and this one signature is a little bit farther apart than I want it to be, and I think that's because I screwed up and I put the holes right on the fold instead of down, you know, towards the middle more, if that makes sense. But yeah, it's looking good. Alright guys, again, if you didn't totally hate this video, please give me a thumbs up. If you're new, please subscribe. Ta-ta for now.